Hi, heavenly greetings. Don't mind the way I look. I am still recovering from flu, but I'm well. God is good. Anyways, I had a Q&A session, and part of the questions is, what advice would you give to a younger version of yourself? And first one is, don't make any debt. Avoid debt at all cost. There is good debts, and then there are just others that are really not worth it. And part of what helps you avoid debt is living within your means and having the patience and endurance to wait out certain things that you want, as opposed to getting instant gratification at the time. You can opt to wait 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months to get what you want. And at that same point, save as much as you can in your 20s. Have a habit of saving. That's what I would advise a younger version of myself. Secondly, be kind. Be kind to each and every person that you meet. Be kind as much as possible. Be kind to strangers. Be kind to animals. Kindness is the bare minimum that we can give to the world. So be kind. That's all I will say. Kindness goes a long way. Um, Kindness goes hand in hand with respect. So be kind. Um, Another one would be, understand the different seasons that you move through life. And once you understand the season you are in, you will understand that you don't need to pressurize yourself. Part of what I had to learn is, I was a teenage mom, and by the time I was done with varsity, my youngest was probably 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere there. So 10, yeah, I think 10 years later, now I have the twins, and all of the sudden I now have to restart the process. So what I had to learn is, I'm in a phase where I'm raising my babies, and I don't need to keep showing up in every space and everywhere. Because why? The first 7 years of a child's life is very important, very, very important. So you don't want to be an absent parent in those first 7 years. So I had to make peace with the fact that this is my season of motherhood. I have to slow down. I have to show up for my kids. I have to be well rested for my babies. And I must equally find a balance between work and my babies and my household and my husband, and find a workable solution to still be able to serve God purposefully whilst navigating motherhood, whilst navigating being a working mom. So understand the season you are in. Don't pressurize yourself, because oftentimes when you are pressurizing yourself, you are comparing yourself with people whose toddlers are no longer toddlers. Perhaps they are teenagers, or they are even adult children, and you have toddlers. So you cannot be out there doing the same things that they are doing. So no pressure. You are in a season of motherhood, and where your babies need you most. The final closing one is, I want to keep this as brief as possible, under 5 minutes. The last one is, make time for God. Make time for God. Learn as much as you can learn from others. Don't always want to experience things and become a motivational speaker like us. Learn what you can learn from others. There is a saying in Damara that we have, learn from the mistakes of others, learn from the hardships that others go through, so you don't have to go through the very same things that they went through. Because sometimes God will give you a full view seat on the mishaps and challenges that other people face so that you can avoid going through the same things. So a lot of times we think it is for gossip, it is for your entertainment. No, it is not for gossip and it is not for your entertainment. It is for you to learn. Sometimes people share their pain openly. They share the most difficult, the most embarrassing parts of their lives with us, so we, the younger versions of themselves, can learn and not make the same mistakes. So this is it 4 or 5 pieces of advice I would give to a younger version of myself.